Bonjour, je m'appelle Isabel, and I think that learning about French has really exposed me to different cultures, and it made me realize that it's harder than you think it is to learn a language because we're like so adapted to English, but it is really hard to learn a language, but it's cool too.
Je m'appelle Cadence. I am in French 3. My favorite French word is either cher or 19 because 19 it's 19 in English, and it's a joke. It's really funny. And then cher because Madame Bar always says that, and I like how we say it. Bonjour, je m'appelle Florence. Well, my real name's Reese, but we have French names in French. Anyway, I would recommend French class to everybody who wants to take it because Madame Bar has a great way of making her class really chill. And she takes the time to make sure everybody knows what they're doing, so we never feel lost. So I would recommend it. It's really fun. And on certain days, you guys get food, so it's really good.
Okay, so the trip to France is planned for spring break of next year, that is to say 2026. Our requested dates are the 31st of March through the 8th of April 2026. We will be starting in Paris, seeing things like the Louvre and the Eiffel Tower and Versailles and Notre Dame. And then we'll move on to some of the castles in the Loire Valley. We'll see the cathedral at Chartres, we'll see the castles of Chambord and Chenonceau, which is like literally built over the river. It's amazing. And Amboise. From there we'll move on to Saint-Malo, which is a city known for its history of piracy. We'll see Mont Saint-Michel, which is the city that Rapunzel's kingdom is based on, Entangled. And we'll see several American cemeteries and landing beaches in Normandy. How alike it is to English, actually. We as English speakers are pretty lucky in that 30% of English comes from French. So when you get into my class and you look at some of the words and phrases we learn, you're like, well, that looks like English. It's because, well, guess where we stole it, guys. Really is very helpful when it comes to learning in my class. You can go literally speak to French speakers on every single continent where people live. There are French-speaking nations on every continent but Australia. So there's our Canadian neighbors to the north. A giant chunk of West, Central, and North Africa are French-speaking. There are 5 or 6 French-speaking nations in Europe and in Southeast Asia. French is literally everywhere.
Hello Goshen, I'm Charlie Phillips.
And I'm Bella Gay, and this is your GNN News.
Coming up tomorrow, we have an informational parent meeting for the trip to France. If you're interested, go to the community room Thursday at 7.
Join us at Goshen High School for the State of the Schools, the 13th at 5:30. Now let's boogie on over to Guess the Song with me, Aubrey, Daisy, and Claire.
Hi, my name is Bella Gay.
And my name is Aubrey Wilson.
My name is Claire Nesball.
And I'm Daisy. And today we're going to be doing a Guess the Song challenge, but there's a lot of us, so get prepared for the chaos. She Will Be Loved by Maroon 5. She will be loved. I belong. You belong with me in my sweetheart.
Can you guess the song?
You belong with. Wait, hold on. I belong with you. What's it called?
Ho Hey.
Oh, I would not have known. This is my kingdom come. Demons by Imagine Dragons. When you feel my heat, look into my eyes. That's from
Demons.
Who is it? Natalie sings the song at the middle school talent show, I think. got a point there. Despacito! Be proud of us. I know that one.
Despacito.
Despacito. I guess we all got it all, bro. Despacito.
You call me señorita.
I was trying to think of her name. Okay, well, this was a lot of fun, a lot of noise, but I've been Bella Gay. I've been Aubrey Wilson. I've been Claire Nespal. And this has been your GNN Guess the Song. Bye. Back to the studio.
Awesome, now we can hustle on over to Sports with Daisy.
Thank you, Charlie and Bella. I'm Daisy, and this is your GNN Sports. On Wednesday the 5th, we have a co-ed varsity speech and debate against Clinton Massey at Goshen. Thursday the 6th, we have a boys varsity wrestling match against many different opponents at Goshen. Also on that Thursday, we have a girls JV and varsity basketball game versus Clinton Massey at Goshen. On Friday the 7th, we have a freshman JV and varsity boys basketball game versus Mount Healthy at Goshen. On Monday the 10th, we have a co-ed varsity bowling against Little Miami at our home Eastgate Lanes. On Tuesday the 11th, we have a co-ed varsity speech and debate against Blanchester at Goshen. Also on the 11th, we have a boys freshman JV and varsity basketball game against Anderson at Goshen. I've been Daisy with your GNN Sports. Back to you.
With Valentine's Day coming up, I hope I get flowers.
Well, I personally prefer chocolate, but let's see what everyone else would pick with students on the street.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Faulkner.
And I'm Jayla Faulkner.
And this is Students on the Street. Today's question is, would you rather receive a box of chocolates or flowers for Valentine's Day? On to the results. All right, who am I here with?
Jenna.
All right, and would you rather receive a box of chocolates or flowers for Valentine's Day?
Chocolates for sure. I love eating.
Period. Me too. Who am I here with today?
Jaden Mason.
And would you rather get candy or flowers for Valentine's Day?
Definitely.
Good answer.
I would rather get chocolates for Valentine's Day because flowers are going to die. But I would eat chocolates. I would enjoy them more. I mean, flowers are okay, they smell good, but I like chocolate.
Here with today.
Ethan Morse.
And would you guys rather get a box of chocolates or flowers for Valentine's Day?
I'd rather get flowers and give them to you.
Oh, stop.
I'd rather get flowers and give them to you.
Oh, you guys are so cute. Who am I here with today?
McKenna.
Jonah!
Charlize.
All right, and would you guys rather get a box of chocolates or flowers for Valentine's Day?
Flowers. Because I want flowers. Flowers because I don't like them. Flowers because they smell good.
All right, who am I here with today?
Elena Moore.
And would you guys rather get a box of chocolates for Valentine's Day or flowers? And why?
I think it has more meaning.
Alright, so the results are in. And it's looking a little inclusive, but I think I've heard a lot of flowers. I don't know. I'd either, like I said earlier, either do chocolate or flowers. I don't know. I think I'd do flowers. Maybe chocolate, I don't know. You know, yeah. Personally, I'm a flower girly. Give me flowers and I'll feel all cute and respected. I also very strongly hate chocolate. Alright, well, I've been Jasmine Faulkner. I've been Jayla Faulkner. And this has been Students on the Street. Bye!
And lastly, we can move on to Book of the Week with Leah.
Thank you. I'm Leah, here with your Book of the Week. This week's book is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. For as long as she can remember, Evangeline Fox has believed in true love and happy endings, until she learns that the love of her life will marry another. Desperate to stop the wedding and to heal her wounded heart, Evangeline strikes a deal with the charismatic but wicked Prince of Hearts. In exchange for his help, he asks for 3 kisses to be given at the time and place of his choosing. But after Evangeline's first promised kiss, she learns that bargaining with an immortal is a dangerous game, and that the Prince of Hearts wants far more than she pledged. He has plans for Evangeline, plans that will end either in the greatest happily ever after or the most exquisite tragedy. I found this book in Mrs. Settlemeyer's library and I vaguely knew what it was about, so I decided to read it. This has been one of my favorite books that I've read this year. This book is a fantasy romance, but I feel like it's less of a romance, this specific one, but the series as a whole is definitely like a romance. This book includes some mythical creatures and elements, and the story was just amazing because of that. I love the little adventures that Evangeline went on, especially with Jax. Jax is a very interesting character and he does some questionable things, but I don't know if I like his character or not because he messes up stuff, but he also makes it better at the same time. I would give this book a 4.7 out of 5 stars, and I'd recommend it to anyone who enjoys fantasy because there's a lot of that and likes fast-paced books. I've been Leah with your Book of the Week. Back to you.
Thank you, Gabby, for editing news.
Thank you, Aubrey, for editing Guess the Song.
Thank you, Jasmine, for editing sports.
Thank you, Claire, for editing Students on Street. And thank you, Leah, for editing Book of the Week.
And thank you, Leah, for editing the French advertisement.
And that has been your week's video. Come check us out next week and stay in news because we'll be having new equipment soon. Bye!
Goodbye.